See what David Ochoa drafted right now. All right, here we are. The Ocho back in the top 8. I know he was really happy. He said it's been a while.
Yeah.
And it had, so it's really good for him. He's going to get gold, right?
Yeah, he's clinched gold. I mean, look, he already clinched gold at 12-3. He can get halfway to, well, not halfway, but he can get a third of the way to platinum.
Run it up.
Almost halfway to platinum.
So this is the deck. This is going to be his weapon of choice. Let's see where David Ochoa starts. His last deck, the one that he drafted to make it here, was very powerful.
Yes.
Priest of the Bloodright, 3 Knightly Valor, Gideon's Phalanx. His deck was great. He also had Languish. So what is the Ocho like on a pack 1 pick 1 here? Not a good rare. He's pulled
Lieutenant.
there's a Consul's Lieutenant, which does seem to be the best card in the pack here.
Yeah, for sure.
Ocho giving this a thorough examination here, but yeah, I think the Consul's Lieutenant is the pick he wants.
Indeed. If I'm reading my bracket correctly, he's passing to Joe Larson and being passed to by Ross Merriam. Is that a free blade? Yeah, token free blade.
It is a token free blade, but there's also an Undercity Troll. I think you just take the free blade if you're in white, and especially if your first pick is a double white.
Agreed.
I do think Undercity Troll is a better card.
It's close.
I think I would like the regeneration more. Oh, there's an Unholy Hunger here too, though.
I take token free blade here.
I do too.
With Consul's Lieutenant as my first pick, I don't think it's close. I mean, you can make a case for Troll as a better card. You can make a case for Unholy Hunger as a scarcer. He takes Unholy Hunger.
He values the removal.
Wow.
You know, his last deck was these colors.
Sure.
Black, white. He's certainly comfortable in the archetype. And he's going to value the removal higher than the solid 2-drop.
I mean, I'll buy that in a vacuum, but when you already have a double white 2-drop, I am a little surprised.
I think he's going to take a Read the Bones here. So this is the Read the Bones that Shuhei Nakamura opened.
Yep.
Interesting. Thought that was the best card in the pack.
Shuhei's pack?
Yeah, yet Shuhei didn't take it, and the person to his left didn't take it either, so maybe not.
I mean, Ochoa may be setting himself up as the Black Mage for this part of the table. He's cutting it pretty hard.
And he gets nothing here.
Well, we know Shuhei wants white, and nothing came through.
He does get that Heart Beast back, though, so.
Shuhei does.
Yeah.
You take Ravaging Blaze.
I mean, that's the best card in the pack.
Sergeant? Red is the best color in this pack for sure.
I think I would take Ravaging Blaze or Sergeant out of the pack here.
Yeah, there's
I'm willing to not play Consul's Lieutenant if that's what it comes to.
Yeah, he takes the Blaze.
Like, if you said
which I think is
3 of my
card,
first 4 cards are removal spell, card draw, removal spell, I'm fine with that.
Is it Picklebore?
Pricklebore.
Pricklebore, sorry.
Man, this is a bad pack, too. Right? There's just nothing that is jumping out as even good here. Ram Roller? I think I would take the Pricklebore myself. I've been relatively impressed by the card. It's okay.
Yeah. It does cost 5, but yeah.
It costs 5. It's not that big, but it does hit hard, and it's tough to interact with in combat. Interesting. Celestial Flare at the back.
Oh, Sigil is the pick, isn't it?
You like that card, Sigil of Valor?
I do. Maybe not in his deck, though, now that you mention it. I think Sigil is the best card in this pack objectively, and David Ochoa apparently agrees with me.
He does indeed, so he's going to take the Sigil there. Interesting.
His deck's not a good fit
Does
for
he
it
have
if
a
he's
creature
removal.
outside of the Consul's Lieutenant yet?
No, he doesn't have a creature in his colors yet. He's the Pricklebore, doesn't he?
Yeah, okay. He did it. Yeah, this whole first pack has been relatively low power level for Ocho after the first, call it 3 picks. his last 3 picks have not been strong, and this one's not either.
Yeah.
Again, nothing wrong with Pricklebore at 5. It's okay, but it's kind of right where we'd call it replacement, right?
Mhm.
It's a card that's about average. And in the early, first half of the pack, you're hoping to pick up stuff a little above that.
Blightcaster. I would Blightcaster here. You're in black, probably.
Disperse
Card's got a lot of
catches my eye.
potential if you somehow wind up in the black-white enchantments deck. It's just great in that deck. I mean, even just pick up a couple Way to the Underworlds might be enough to play it. There's the Sigil of the Throne. How good do you think that card is?
I think it's an interesting one because if you do manage to trigger it once, it basically pays you back right away.
Right, now you paid 5 mana for a 4/4 flyer. That
Yeah.
seems great.
That is good. It's slow. It's
It is
conditional.
slow. You pay 5 mana, you have no impact on the board. That
None.
card is very, very bad.
Like, what's the opposite of haste? Super summoning sickness? Your 5 mana 4/4 flyer can't attack next turn either. And that's if you even get to make one.
Glory
So
Chaser.
overall, I'm not a big fan of it. But I see some potential there. By the time you make your second angel, you're crushing.
Yep.
You make your first one and you kind of breathe a sigh of relief and you're probably doing okay.
This Majoring Network?
Yeah, not much to take here.
Wow, he snaps. Scrapskin Drakes keeps floating.
Yeah.
He's going to send them on down the line. I mean, if you're Yo Larson, you could pat 2 cards left. It's Bone to Ash and Snapskin Drake. Scrapskin Drake. Where is he at with this deck right now?
He's a little ways off. The good news is it's still pack 1. So
Right.
he's going to have a lot of time to kind of settle in and figure out what this deck's actually trying to do.
Was first pick white card and then no other white?
Yeah, he's off of white. I mean, he passed a Celestial Flare. I put it right to the back of the pack. So he's right now
He's
red-black.
black-red.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty consistently those 2 colors.
Not a great black-red deck here.
No, I mean, black-red can be very aggressive, right? It can
Yes.
be Rakdos can come out and just hit hard. And that's not really, he's like red-black control somehow with a Goblin Glory Chaser.
Yes. So he's going to need
Goblin
to
Glory
fill
Chaser
this
is the
out.
only creature in his deck that costs less than 4. And that Blightcaster has no enchantments. So assuming you're not playing Blightcaster since you don't have any enchantments, his curve goes 1/5/5 done.
So he's got a little work to do
He's
in
got
pack
somewhere his
2.
creature set is not in a good place right now.
Right.
Now, he's got several removal spells. Those are usually the scarcer resource, so they should be a higher priority. They were a higher priority. Just saying. Something they can attack and block with.
Well, he's
to
certainly going to be considering that, yeah. I saw Read the Bones flash back there.
Dragon Fodder. Yeah, Read the Bones. And a bunch of green cards.
Outland Colossus.
Bunch of green cards.
That's just not on the map for him here, right?
No.
I mean, it's the best card in the pack, not
It doesn't get the
remotely.
Shuhei. It must be that Ross Merriam in between him and Shuhei is green.
And if he gets shipped that thing, hallelujah. Yeah, he took the Read the Bones. Kiss it goodbye, Ochoa. You're not going to get to play that Outland Colossus. Card's really good. Trumps anything else at the 5 mana slot. Cannot be double blocked. And it has Renown 6, so it becomes a 12/12 that ends the game very quickly if it's not blocked.
Way to the Underworld? Oh, Brute?
Bogger Brute?
Or the Skyraker Giant.
Both very solid, kind of a curve
Yeah,
consideration.
a couple
type
solid
pick here.
creatures and a removal spell. But the removal spell has synergy with his Blightcaster.
That's true.
I might err on the side of Way to the Underworld since we're still early enough to become a Blightcaster deck.
think I like just taking the Brute here.
Yeah, he goes with the enchantment.
Make it our first 3-drop.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. There's always time. Replacement level creatures. If you've got awesome removal, all you need are replacement level creatures.
True.
Now you do need them.
There was a Fetid Imp. Whoa. Was that a Sentinel?
What?
I thought I saw a Sentinel. Not going to take it,
It is
obviously.
impossible.
No, that must have been something else. So Fetid Imp is what he's pulled to the front here, though.
Yeah.
I like that card. Not the kind of card that you really clear the way for with your removal, but
No,
it
but
acts as another removal spell.
Exactly. What it does is it comes down and it blocks, and they don't really want to attack their good creature into your 1/2 dork. You leave up 1 black for Death Touch, and he can hold off. There's that tragic arrogance that we could not believe kept going.
And it does keep going.
Yeah, this is like 4th pick for him, right? It really was 6th when it got to Shuhei.
Unreal.
Which land was that he took?
I didn't see.
Was it Rogue's Passage?
I like how he did that. See how he shuffled the cards back together?
Yeah. I think it was Rogue's Passage.
Okay.
Which, when you're Threadlight, can be decent.
Jeez. I think I like the Eyeblight Assassin here. The Mage Ring Bully does not look great. That needs a lot of friends to be good.
I like Eyeblight too.
And it's also more removal for Ocho. You know, now he's able to kill small things, Doctor or whatever.
Kill your small thing, have a 2/2 to trade with your other thing. Do you play Bloodsucker in this deck?
You know, this doesn't seem like the great deck for
Another
it.
5. You might just Macabre Waltz here.
It could be.
I mean, it's kind of like a creature. When you're as removal heavy as he is, the game's going to go long. You're going to accumulate extra lands, and you're going to want to get back those couple of creatures that they spent their removal spells on. I think Macabre Waltz is pretty actively good in a deck like Ocho's.
If he had more than 2 creatures, he could also fill up his graveyard with them. But
All Prickle Boar, all the time.
this would be his 3rd.
What else is he going to take?
I don't think he's going to take anything.
You going to play Goblin Piledriver in this deck?
No. Sideboard card, I guess.
Bring it in against blue?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be insane to take Piledriver there over Prickle Boar number 3.
Unlikely to make the cut, Pricklebore number 3.
Not really an active treason deck.
Fire Fiend Elemental's solid.
I mean, it attacks and it blocks.
Yeah, and it rewards you for clearing the way as well.
True. Slightly above replacement level then?
That's a bear. I would call it replacement level.
That's about where I'm at.
Jeez, these green cards. Nothing for Ocho here. Just literal nothing on color for him. Looks like he's going to just take the best card in the pack, which is a Farika's Disciple.
Blue cards, white cards, and green cards.
Here's some cards for him.
Cobble Brute. Are we cobbling?
Does feel
Return
like it.
Centauring?
Okay.
Yeah, 2/4 seems better than 5/2 for what he's up to.
Guess so. I kind of like
Mill
kill your
yourself.
thing, hit you for 5.
How about Macabre Waltz back the things I spilled with Return Centaur?
There you go. A little value. Smash for the board.
Sideboard, yeah.
That's not a bad pickup.
Infectious Bloodlust. Would surprise me if it made this deck.
The single Infectious Bloodlust.
We got a pack left. We're going to have 7 of them by the time we're done. You have to believe. How happy are you if you're David Ochoa right now?
Not that happy. I wouldn't say I wouldn't view this as like a disaster, but he's got work to do going into pack 3, right? When we were watching Shuhei going into pack 3, you know, we thought, okay, he needs to fill out some of the corners here. He's got a few things he can work on.
Okay. The good news is he tripled the number of creatures he had that cost less than 4 mana.
So he's fine then.
The bad news is the sum total of power amongst his creatures below 4 is 4. A 1/1, a 2/2, and a 1/2.
All right.
That's his curve. And then we get to the 4s.
So he's still got work to do here. He's going to be sweating a little bit on this last pack. I mean, he's picked up some reasonable removal spells, some card draw. He's got double Read the Bones, Macabre Waltz, so he can get through his deck, but he needs things to do in the early to mid part of the game.
He needs Reave Soul, and he needs cheap creatures.
And he needs 2 drops, 2s and 3s.
Yeah.
Those are going to be near the top of his list here.
The Read the Bones kind of flesh out the 3s. Like, you're not afraid to Read the Bones on turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
So he has things he can do on turn 3 at least with those 2 Read the Bones. He would like more of those, but I feel like the 2s are crucial here. He needs to impact the board, then Read the Bones.
Right.
And then he gets up to the
Shambling Ghoul would be a nice one.
Majoring Bully, not really where he wants to be.
Deathbridge Shaman's fine.
Solid. Fleshbag Marauder, maybe?
Could be a thing. Chief of the Foundry's not that bad either, just as a 2/3.
I think I would Fleshbag here, I think.
I could see all of these being defensible picks.
They're all 3s, though.
Yeah, I mean, the Foundry sits there and blocks 2/2s better, the Chief of the Foundry, but the Deathbridge Shaman hits a little harder, trades up a little better, and has the added bonus of the discard to let you grind. I think it's between those 2.
Sure.
He's going to go for the 2/3, kind of the middle ground. That's interesting. He's not likely to get a bonus off of it, but a 2/3 for 3 is probably going to make the cut for him. Oh, Knightly Valor? He's going to be sad to pass that.
Where are the cards?
Now, the Crowan Sergeant.
Crowan Sergeant? All right, fine. There's one.
Easy pick here for David. He had 3 Knightly Valor in the deck that he used to get here.
Good card.
The last one.
Wow, Acolyte of the Inferno.
That's a good one.
That is a damn fine creature.
Yeah, that's a really nice pickup. Here's another Read the Bones, but I think at 2, even though, you know, I think maybe your first Read the Bones would be better than a Acolyte, but Acolyte's great.
Depends how aggressive your deck is. His deck might want Read the Bones more than Acolyte. Maybe. I think Acolyte's just really
The third
good.
one?
Well, there's no chance I'm taking third Read the Bones over Acolyte. I'm saying even the first one. I
Oh,
think
even the
Acolyte
first
might
one.
be better. Acolyte's great. I mean, it's good on offense is the only drawback. And David's deck kind of wants to play defense in the early turns.
It's true.
But, I mean, you play an Acolyte, suddenly you can attack with just that guy and do a lot of work.
Thralling Victor or Fire Fiend Elemental?
Those spells cost 4.
Yeah.
Tell me about the 2 drops.
No. You know, Sigil of Valor.
Number 2.
Yeah.
How many creatures does he have that are going to be pumping up that one attacker?
He's probably got, what, 8 creatures now? 9?
He's looking at it. It's a good card.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go in his deck, though, is it? I mean, is he even playing the first one at this point? Wow.
I'm going to guess yes.
Yeah,
Given that he took
apparently
the
so.
second one over Enthralling Victor, I'm pretty sure he's playing at least the first one. Catacomb Slug.
Look at this pack.
Fetid Imp.
Wow. Necromantic Summons. There's also an Unholy Hunger.
Oh, jeez.
And there's a Fetid Imp in this pack
I
and
don't-
a Necroan Sergeant.
I don't think you can pass on Holy Hunger. I don't think.
I agree.
It's just too good.
He's just like, oh, fine. I'll be alive enough. All right, are we firmly into Guardians of Melita's territory here?
Yes. Not close.
He's like, whew, we did it.
Yeah, it's a solid card in his deck.
It is.
Blocks a lot of things.
Looks like a Cobble Brute out of this pack.
The goggles. Not the goggles?
It's only for red spells, right, that you get to
Yeah.
copy them?
Don't think he has enough of those. No. Time to gobble.
It's the cobbles, not the goggles. There we go. Another 4-drop.
Just what we needed.
So he does have a Blightcaster, right?
Yes.
And it's just not going to be played at this point?
He has one Way to the Underworld.
Okay.
Blightcaster's not getting played.
Took a construct there, a bonded construct.
Oh, it's
It's kind of what you wanted, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
early
what's a
thing to do to interact and block.
Happy with the bonded construct.
Orchard Spirit's one of the more annoying cards against his deck. Aeronaut 2, anything with flying or that you can't just kill with one spell, both of those fit the description here.
3 blue cards, a couple of green cards, and a white card for his black-red deck.
He,
Does not feel like he's in the right color somehow.
yeah, I don't know that I would have been in different colors than him. I think I would have ended up in the same spot, but it does feel
I don't know where
like
things
he's
went wrong, but it
fighting
feels
or-
like things
yeah.
went wrong somehow.
It was a weird seed.
Yeah, still Tactician in that pack. I don't know if Shuhei being 3 colors kind of poached some of the good cards
Could
from
be.
all the Bant colors.
It is weird to see a Celestial Flare this late. Not that it's a amazing card, but it is a
Yeah.
playable white removal spell.
Playable removal doesn't usually float that far.
No. And white's a popular color in this format as well.
Right. Catacomb Slug.
I would slug.
Slug might make the cut in this deck.
Yeah. He couldn't
Not
bring himself to
interested.
do it.
Not even going to tempt himself.
Just going to pour salt on the slug and move on.
Aww.
And negate seems like an easy pickup here as
For sure.
something that he doesn't want somebody to counter one of his removal spells. Though I don't think he can assume that the person on his immediate left is in blue after getting that Whirler Rogue. So you might as well just ship it. And that's going to do it.